The race for gold in the women's event had opened up as one of the favourites, Michelle Lee Aye from Trinidad and Tobago, was forced to withdraw with injury. In her absence, it was Nigeria's Blessing Okagbare who qualified fastest for the final, lining up in lane 5. Bronze medalist at the London Olympics, Veronica Campbell-Brown, spearheaded a trio of Jamaicans all targeting glory.
Campbell-Brown needs gold to complete a huge collection of global crowns. Okagbare wants to prove to the world she's as good a sprinter as she is a long jumper. One of these women is 11 seconds away from a piece of sporting history. Okagbare is up and she has a lead over Veronica Campbell-Brown, but the Jamaican's coming. Can the Nigerian come away? Yes, she can! Okagbare, the African queen, reigns in Glasgow tonight. 10:85. She has smashed the game's record and she's denied one of the greatest sprinters in history a Commonwealth title. Veronica Campbell-Brown was desperate to pick up this gold, but it was not to be. Blessing Okagbare has torn the Jamaicans to pieces. 10:85. She had the advantage. Campbell-Brown started to come back, but Okagbare was away. She was in the groove. She looked the best in qualification. She had the fastest time in the semis, and she's delivered the performance of her life tonight. Blessing Okagbare is the Commonwealth champion. A fantastic performance to take the gold. It's silver again for Campbell-Brown, as it was 12 years ago. This might be the title she's destined never to have, and a well-deserved bronze medal for Kerron Stewart of Jamaica as well.
Going to Christabel Netty from Canada. Nigeria's Blessing Okagbare was aiming to follow up her 100-metre title in Glasgow with a second gold in the 200 metres. She'd faced strong opposition from both the Jamaican and English sprinters.
Okagbare going for a historic sprint double, and she's got out of the blocks well. Also in lane 2, McLaughlin for Jamaica, but it's Okagbare with Henry Robinson alongside her, and she's put distance between herself and the field. But in lane 2, McLaughlin's right up there, and McLaughlin might just have the advantage. This is a real battle, but the strength of Okagbare bringing her home, and Williams comes through to take the silver medal. Okagbare winning in 22.25 seconds. 0.05 of a second outside the Commonwealth Games record. It was a little bit harder than it had been before that. She had to dig deep as she put the rounds together, and it's a silver for Jodie Williams of England in a lifetime best 22.5, and Bianca Williams for England has come through to take the bronze medal in 22.58. But Blessing Okagbare, the 100 metres champion, now in a time of 22.25 seconds, is also the 200 metres champion.
This one, because we saw along with Gloria Sumno, there's a strong Nigerian challenge, which is of course headed by Blessing Okagbare, the tall figure, the blonde hair. Blessing Okagbare flanked by the Jamaicans, who would deny her. Kerron Stewart, the first of those in lane 3. Bianca Williams inside her, and then Kamika Bingham in lane 1. But this is Veronica Campbell-Brown. Second quickest in the semi-finals, but a big stage performer. And Mark Butler, our statsman, reminded me that Okagbare ran 10:92, winning her semi-final in the London Olympics, then made a final mess in the final. 10:93 here in the semi-final. Can she then convert it to the final? Shaloni Calvert.
What we were going to do was wonder, could she nail the performance when it matters? Well, that question was answered. A new games record, 10:85. A strong performance all the way through, and I think that sets her up not only for this title, obviously she just won, but later on we've got the World Championships next year. This will give her confidence and belief that she can win major championships when she's ready well.
Big win on the big stage by a big margin, taking and really blowing away that record of Debbie Ferguson set in Manchester back in 2002 of 10:91, 10:85, and nothing that Veronica Campbell-Brown could do to get there. Yes, we were missing Michelle Lee Aye of Trinidad and Tobago, the woman who had swept all before her this season because of her injury just before the semi-final, but I'm not sure She would have got with Okagbare there.
What was interesting as well, that Asha Phillips from lane 8 has a new personal best, 11:18. Cannot complain about that. Really good performance all the way through. She struggled first of all to qualify. She said she was a little bit dubious in her qualification round, but who cares? A new personal best, 11:18, and fourth place. A very good performance indeed.
The moment is all Blessing Okagbare's. And Mark Butler's just pointed out Veronica Campbell-Brown. For all the gold she has reaped in the Olympics, Campbell-Brown is silver as it was in Manchester 12 years ago for Campbell-Brown. But the moment, inside half.
From the roar of the crowd inside Glasgow to the tension building on the starting line, this was never going to be just another race. The women 100 meter at the 2014 Commonwealth Games brought together some of the fastest women on the planet. Jamaica sprint royalty Veronica Campbell-Brown and Veron Stewart lined up with confidence. Britain's hope rested on Asha Philip and Bianca Williams. But right in the middle of it all stood Nigeria's sprint queen, Blessing Okagbare, calm, focused, and ready to make a statement. The gun goes, and Okagbare exploded out of the block. A powerful drive phase, clear and controlled, she's already gaining separation. Campbell-Brown trying to respond, Stewart pushing hard on the outside, but Okagbare is full flight. Her tension is flawless, her stride opening up beautifully. This is sprinting at its absolutely best. Inside the final meter is no longer a content, it's a statement. Blessing Okagbare storms through the line and takes gold in dominance fashion. What a performance. What a moment against a world-class field. She didn't just win, she took control on the race. I reminded everyone exactly why she was one of the most feared sprinters of her era. This wasn't just speed, this was confidence, this was execution, this was greatness under pressure. And years later, this race still stands as one of the most electrifying women's 100-meter final in Commonwealth history. So where does this performance ranks for you? Was this the peak of Okagbare's championship dominance or just one chapter in her legendary career? Because one thing is certain, on that night in Glasgow, she was simply untouchable. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.